as the president said, it's about time we rely on our own resources. We have to strengthen our own capability as a country relative to the defense of our land.
Kasama na natin si Chief Presidential Legal Counsel and Presidential Spokesperson Salvador Panelo.
Anyway, we would like to confirm the president directed the executive secretary Salvador Medellea to tell Secretary Teddy Boy-Locsin of the Foreign Affairs to send a notice of termination to the U.S. government last night. And the executive secretary sent the message to Secretary Teddy Boy-Locsin, and the latter signed the notice of termination and sent to the U.S. government today.
Question? Tina, and then Henry.
Sir, can you please educate us when will the notification process start, yung countdown?
180 days from the receipt of the notice of termination.
Sir, yung notice will be sent directly to Washington or what?
I don't know exactly. Basta U.S. government.
Henry.
Secretary, yesterday there was this pronouncement of the president that the president of the United States trying to save termination of the VPA. Can you elaborate, expand on that, please?
Perhaps there have been some emissaries sent to the president about the desire of the president of the U.S.
Yung usapan ho, hindi between the president of the United States and President Duterte.
No.
Not on
They
that
haven't
level.
talked. They haven't talked yet.
So when you say emissaries, that includes
So most likely it's coming from the people from the U.S. Embassy. I'm not actually I'm not sure about that. I'm just taking a cue from the president's remarks.
but sigurado po
Ambassador Bates Romualdez, he returned my call, but I wasn't able to get it. I returned his calls, pero kontulog na.
so sigurado hindi pa nag-uusap si President
Definitely.
Trump at si
Hindi
President
pa
Duterte.
nag-usap.
Thank you.
Ina.
Francis,
Sir, just to clarify, yung after 180 days, as far as the palace is concerned, it's terminated? Ganun ba yun? Is that the completion
no,
of the process?
the notice of termination has been sent, and the effectivity of that would be 180 days from the receipt of the U.S. government of such notice.
Sir, I'm not sure, but isn't there a need for the U.S. to also respond and maybe react first?
No,
Or
under
is it
the,
like a unilateral decision?
From what
Yun lang.
I read from the agreement, there is no need for that. There is no response needed.
So the president can terminate it unilaterally by himself?
Yes.
Okay.
But the effective date would be 180 days from receipt of the receiver, U.S. government.
Po ng briefing si U.S. Department of State Assistant Secretary Clark Cooper. He said that there is a scheduled strategic dialogue next month in March. Supposedly natalakayin din po dun yung VFA, and a part of his quote from the interview said that there is no decision yet. What do you say to that about yung termination?
Well, that has been overrun by the fact of sending of the notice of termination.
So will we still be sending a team or people doon sa sinasabing dialogue?
That I don't know. We'll have to ask the Secretary of Foreign Affairs about that.
Thank you, sir.
Francis.
Paghahandaan ng Philippine government, yung in case na yung mga ayuda na binibigay sa Philippine military, maglaho na yon, ano magiging second option ng Pilipinas? Kasi katulad niyan, sa April, May, nagkaaroon tayo ng mga Amerikano rito, nagkaroon po ng training through balikatan. Anong magiging next option ng government po?
Well, from what I got, Secretary of National Defense, one country has already offered to enter into another agreement. So, meron din namang mga ibang bansa na nag-offer. But, as the President said, it's about time we rely on our own resources. We have to strengthen our own capability as a country relative to the defense of our land. Yun ang pinakaano ni Presidente. Mahirap yung keep on relying, lalo tayong humihina.
Yung mga previous statements, Sir, ni DND Secretary Lorenzana, in case hindi po Amerika, we will be open more sa training with, tama ho ba, China, possibly, or Russia po ba?
Ang narinig ko UK.
Ah,
Parang UK ang narinig ko.
Saan po magsasentro yung training, sir? Counter-terrorism?
Hindi ko alam. Basta yun ang narinig ko.
Thank you, sir.
Follow up.
That's the policy, the bilateral relationship with the U.S. How will it
I think it
adversely
remains,
affect it or what?
it remains warm. Hopefully, it could be warmer.
Why do you say that, sir?
Why? Because I've been noticing that those who are critical of the U.S. government policies have been given the preferential attention of the U.S. government. Nababanata sila, sinusuyo nila. Yung mga kakampi nila, inaapit. Parang ganun ang dating.
Decided this on the issue of the sovereignty of booking the sovereignty of the Philippines. Ano bang ways na pwedeng hintayin natin from the US para maiba yung environment?
Hindi. Kasi palaging si Presidente sinasabi niya, if we have to deal with other countries, we have to deal on the basis of equality and fairness. Hindi pa pwedeng one-sided ang agreement. Yun ang palaging sinasabi ni Presidente.
Ace.
Clarification, Secretary. Kasi yung sinite ninyong reasons for scrapping the VFA, kasama dun yung demand to release Senator Delima. But the demand came from senators, from lawmakers. Separate po, di ba, ang Congress from the executive. And
Even then, still, that's the voice of U.S. government speaking to us through an equal branch of the three branches of government of the U.S.
Kasi hindi ba unusual kung kailan mas friendly yung US President, kay Philippine President, ngayon nagdi-decide yung Pangulo na...
The friendship is more on the personal basis, not on the relations between the two countries.
Pero may nagawa ba yung US Executive Branch that offended our President to merit?
Banning by the immigration authorities, Senator, or rather canceling his U.S. visa of Senator Bato is an executive function, not the Senate of the U.S. Immigration yun. Executive yun.
Although I think in previous interview, parang sinabi ni President Duterte, hindi siya naniniwala President Trump was behind that, if I remember it right.
It may not be behind. It's the executive department. Immigration authorities pa rin.
Okay, Sec.
Mylene.
Sir, paano po yung pag-review ng Senado dito sa VFA? Baliwala na rin po ba yun?
Baliwala.
Ako yung pag-review ng Senado.
Kasi mabuti nga yung nire-review nila para we will know from their point of view if indeed we have been disadvantaged in entering into this agreement. So that future agreements will be based on fairness, mutual benefits to both agreeing nations.
Arian.
Hi, sir. Sir, yung ibang military agreements po natin with the US, would the palace like a review of that as well? Like the MDT, EDCA? Kasi sabi nyo, sir, to see if disadvantages to the government.
Oh, that's what the Senate said. They will be reviewing all these agreements.
How about the palace, sir?
Since nire-review na nila, we will just siguro wait
Okay,
and
sir.
listen to them, their recommendation.
Okay, sir. And then, sir, you said na yung UK nag-offer.
Hindi, parang narinig ko kay Secretary Phil Lorenzana na may
Na ano,
mga countries na nag-offer.
Like-
One of them is UK.
How about China and Russia, sir?
Hindi ko na, he didn't mention that.
Okay, sir. But sir, at this point, is the government interested into entering into a VFA?
O basta
With other
palaging pabor
countries.
sa atin.
Meron
Basta
na
may
po ba?
mutual benefit to both countries, we're open.
Okay, sir.
But the president, again, I will repeat, he said it's about time we rely on ourselves. We will strengthen our own defenses and not rely on any other country.
Okay, sir. Pero may na-mention na po ba, sir, si President Duterte na countries that he's looking into entering
Wala
an agreement?
siyang binabagay. Siya nga sa kanya parang ayaw niya nga mag-enter, di ba? From the way he talks, parang tayo na lang muna. Huwag na tayong masyadong umasa dyan sa ibang bansa.
Okay, sir.
But of
Thank
course,
you po.
if the agreement would benefit us, I'm sure we will be open.
Okay po. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Vance, follow up yan. Okay, microphone please.
Mans.
What happened to EDCA and Mutual Defense Treaty with the revocation of BFA?
Yun nga pag-aaralan ng Senado, di ba? So they will study how the cancellation of VFA will affect the other agreements.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, questions? May follow up other issue? Jeneline?
Sir, last night the president
Yes.
said na he was unaware if there are nuclear arms brought in by the Americans in the country. Will the government now consider conducting an accounting of these arms and check if indeed there are nuclear weapons brought in by the Americans?
I suppose it goes without saying.
So, do we have the capacity to get these arms inside the country?
I will have to ask the Secretary of National Defense.
Ina?
Just a quick follow-up. But what prompted the president to say that yung claims niya, what is the basis?
I don't know. I will ask him.
Tina?
So, sir, yung mention nyo no Friday na possible phone call with the president, between President Trump and President Duterte, matutuloy pa ba?
Yan ang hindi ko alam. If there is initiative on the part of the U.S., baka kausapin ni Presidente. So this time, hindi ko alam.
Questions, MPC? No more na? Wala na kayong tanong? Other issue? Vance?
Is there an official memo on the study of travel ban to the U.S. for cabinet secretaries?
There is a prohibition to the cabinet members not to travel to the U.S. by the president, and we support that.
So there is no memo, sir. Are you
Wala.
going to have a memo for the cabinet secretaries?
Hindi na, pumayag na nga kami, di ba? Hindi na kailangan yun. Sinabi ni Presidente, okay na yun.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No more questions?
Sec.
Okay. No more questions, MPC? Okay, thank you, Secretary Panelo.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
MPC.
you.
Back to our main studio
Hello?
sa Radyo Pilipinas and
Hello?
People's Television Network.